you recall back to that moment, how did you feel personally?
Well, it wasn't really a moment. I mean, it was several months. Like it was. It took me, I would say, weeks for what I was being told by investors to really sink in. Like I didn't believe it, you know, because we'd been doing so well, especially on fundraising, and we'd been the darlings of like one of our portfolio companies, and you know, like we were doing super well. And when they just tell you, no, you've got to reduce your headcount significantly, like immediately, like yesterday, if you want this company to survive, it didn't sink in. It just like, no, I can't be serious. They don't know the whole story, you know. But I mean, they did. They knew the whole story, and we didn't. So it just took a while for the whole thing to sink in. And then when it did, I think I went through the 5 stages of grief. You know what I mean? But kind of sadly for me, I went through that before everybody else at the company. So I was way ahead of everybody. So by the time they were realizing what was going on, I was already in this acceptance phase and kind of just being like able to deal with it emotionally for a while. So
it can be also quite a lonely place for the leader, because you need to go through it all before the team goes through it. So the team has each other, but then as a leader you need to kind of face it all alone, and then think about how do you communicate this, and how do you support the others at the same time you are doing the grief work yourself.
Yeah, it's extremely lonely, I would say. And afterwards, one of our artists, so one of the first employees of the company, Jukka, made this comment, which was like, I knew it as soon as James started to be away from the team. He knew what was going on because he'd seen it before. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like isolating myself. You know, I was away from everybody for a long time. And so most working days I would be sitting alone, like hammering out emails by myself, and everybody else is in the kitchen, and I can hear like people laughing and joking and stuff, and I'm thinking like, they have no idea. You know, they have no idea. And you know, you try to maintain a level of like a wall, because you can't tell them. You can't just like burst their bubble like that. And, so yeah, it was a really lonely time, I would say.